take a minute to show you some advanced features with the proposal listing. So over here in the file menu, there's an open button, and if you click that, you're going to see a list of all the proposals. And in this case, it opens up to the last 12 months. So anything that's within 12 months, you can see that. Now you can select a different date range here. You could go earliest to date and it'll show you all of them, no matter how many there are. You want to just see the last 60 days, any of that, or you can put in your own custom date range. All right, just moving on down the list here. If we want to see voided proposals, it'll requery it, and it added this voided column, and it'll show us any that are voided, which none of them actually are. Same thing with deleted, it'll add those. I don't have any voided or deleted at this point, so I'll turn those back off. You can type a filter in here, so if you want to see only things that are, have a client name that has Lisa in it, we can type Lisa, and it'll narrow it down to that, right? That'll search across the whole row in any of the text that it finds. And see how it says 1 out of 8, so we're showing 1 out of 8 items here. So we can clear that and bring them all back. Also, if you click this copy table to clipboard, you can copy this whole table to the clipboard, and then you can paste it like into Excel if you want to work with it further. Also, on the top here, any of these column names that you click, it'll sort that. So see that sorted in descending order to where that's sorted backwards, where the B's at the bottom here and the W's at the top. But if you click it again, it'll flip it around, so you can sort anything that way. You can also, any of these column names that have a little this little icon beside them, you can filter by that. So if you click on that, you can filter. So you can type in a name here, like if you wanted to just type in ones that were done in Burke, you could do that. You can also select it from this list. So let's say we turn them all off and we turn Burke on and then hit apply. It's going to narrow it down to just the Burke ones, right? And this little dot right here tells you, this little dot here on that tells you that there's a filter applied on that column, just so if you're not seeing all your proposals, you know what's going on. The other thing I've added here is you can hit the reset button up here, this red reset button up in the left, and that clears all the filters and everything and puts it back to the base level of when you opened it. It'll also remember these things. So let's say we change this. Let's do the city down to just the Burke ones again, apply, and then it's got Burke. And then if we cancel out of this, see it only has these 4. If we open that up again, it's going to filter back down to the last filter that we left it on, so it maintains that. But if you hit the reset and then you cancel out of here and then you open it back up, it's going to bring it back to the state where you left it. The other thing that's been added is a quick view of detailed information. If you open one of these particular proposals, you'll see a whole bunch of information like what's up in the header here. But let's say, and the important information for each one, some of the important information is in each one of these lines. And if you click on one of the lines, you even get a little bit more. For example, this shows you how many of the total, how much of it was required stuff and how much was optional. Now, let's say you want to get some more information about this without actually opening it. If you long press on it, if you hold the left mouse button down for more than half a second and let go, it's going to show you more information. So for example, there's the phone number for this person, this fictitious person that you couldn't see in the table. You could have opened the proposal and seen it, but here you can see a lot more information about each one of these. And the way you close this is just to click off of it anywhere. So any one of these, if I just hold down and let go, it's going to show me that information, total required items, the signature count, the last time this was saved, all of this information that's available to you here. So just a quick way to do that, and some things you can do real fast without actually opening the proposal. 2 more things that I want to bring to your attention is the summary row that's been added to the bottom. So right now it just has an average in here, so you can see the average number of client actions, and then has this sum column, so you can see the total of the total of all of the proposals. The other thing is you can change the width of these columns. See how this pointer changes to a left, right pointer up here. If you see these ellipses on the end, that means everything won't fit in there. That's kind of indication that the stuff was too wide to fit in this column. I try to keep these columns, narrow enough so that they can, this table doesn't get super wide. But you can always grab this and drag it wider so you can see everything if you want to see that. Like, for example, there's a big, long description there. The other thing you can do is if you go up here where this changes and you double click, it'll go back to the width it was before. So just those last two things.